Recently, I've seen a lot of people asking about how to overstuff your inventory in OoT3D, and there's been a lot of misinformation spread about this trick. For instance, the page on ZSR isn't written very well and has some things that are incorrect, so I thought I'd make this video explaining how and why this trick works and what to do in order to perform it correctly. So if you look at my inventory, I have it arranged in a way so it's very easy to tell what items I have, that I have all the items you can easily obtain as child, and also so that I can easily keep track of what items I have. I have Mask for my child trade item slot. It doesn't matter what you have, you just need something in the slot. For bottles, this is actually my Deku Nut bottle, or a bottle in the Deku Nut slot. I have a fairy, because I need to RBA that to get more bottles. The fairy needs to be in a duped bottle so that it doesn't revive you. As for the fish, red potion, and green potion, those are the 3 real bottles I've obtained. It doesn't actually matter if those are in duped bottles or not, but since I have 3 real bottles, I just put them there. The way this trick works is you're going to equip an adult item as child, such as hookshot or hammer, or iron boots or hover boots, or an adult item as, or a child item as adult, such as sticks or boomerang, by duping a bottle over the slot and then obtaining that item, and filling your inventory with enough items so that the game cannot unequip it by putting it into your inventory or swapping it with another item. Normally there's 22 items you can obtain in the game, and 24 slots. The items being Deku Sticks, Deku Nuts, Slingshot, Bombs, Bomb Shoes, Boomerang, the 3 spells, the bow and the elemental arrows, which as 4 items take up 1 slot, the hookshot or longshot, hammer, iron boots and hover boots, the 4 bottles, child trade item, adult trade item, and then magic beans and the lens of truth. That's 22 items. Now, if you were to have 21 items and then have, for instance, hookshot equipped as child, when you entered a new loading zone, the game would force unequip the hookshot if there was an empty slot into your inventory simply by putting it into the empty slot. If there was no empty slot, then the game would force unequip the hookshot by swapping it over bombs. If you had 22 items and the bombs were already equipped, then the game would force unequip the hookshot by swapping it over bomb shoes. Because you can't have 23 items normally, it's not possible to have bombs and bomb shoes already equipped and have, for instance, hookshot as child, and there to not be an empty slot in the inventory. So what you need to do in order to successfully overstuff and keep the item equipped through a loading zone is RBA bottles over the ice arrow slot using the hookshot and the light arrow slot using the magic beans. So now I'm going to do the RBA. I'm just equipping items so that I can do Death Roll, get bottle on B, have a bottle and an item that I can do OI with so that I can pause and change my items, and I have lens so that, just because that's the first thing I'm going to RBA, which will give me a bottle over my hammer slot. I also have Furora's Wind placed in the Zora shop, because that's going to allow me to get to Dampe's Grave as child. So the method of getting bottle on B is pretty standard. I'm just going to quick draw the sword. I have the master sword on this file just because it's a max % child file, but this works with Kokiri sword as well. So quick draw the sword, and then shield swipe. And now I'm going to quick draw the slingshot and do ocarina items. And then I'm going to, that's going to allow me to pause to change what items I have equipped. This fish is my hammer bottle. I'm going to move it there to keep track of it. I'm going to put bombs in Furora's Wind on X and Y so I can use them after returning Furora's Wind. And I'm going to move my green potion to 2 because that's the next item I'm going to RBA. And just for safety, I'm going to equip the Highland Shield so that Dampe does not burn my Deku Shield. Returning Furora's Wind, you get to this other shop, and then leaving there gets you to Dampe's Grave, and I'm going to race him to get the hookshot. It's important that you don't RBA Bomb Shoes before you do this race, because Bomb Shoes will put a bottle over your hookshot slot. And then doing this race, the game will see that you have something in your hookshot slot, and it will not give you, or Dampe will not spawn the hookshot chest, he'll just give you the heart piece right away. A funny thing about doing Dampe as child is the timer does not appear, and it actually doesn't even tick up, so Dampe will just say that you finished the race in 0 seconds. So now that the chest has spawned, I'm going to continue doing RBA. First, I need to do OI with the bomb and Thor's Wind, so that I can pause to unequip or change my equips. I'm going to drop my fish on B with green potion. That's going to put a bottle in my adult trade item slot, which is this bottle. I'm going to move it here, and then I'm going to put bomb shoes on 2, catch a fish to get a bottle in my hookshot slot, which is this bottle. I'm going to move it here. I'm going to RBA with red potion to get bottle number 4. So I'm going to move red potion here. This is bottle number 4. I'm going to move my hammer bottle, just because it has a fish in it, to 2, so I can RBA the fish to get a bottle over my hover boot slot. So this is hammer, this one is hover boots, and the next thing I'm going to obtain is I'm going to RBA magic beans to get a bottle over my light arrow slot. So that's my light arrow bottle. I'm going to move magic beans here, and I'm going to catch with the fairy to get a bottle over my iron boot slot. I'm going to move the fairy here, iron boots bottle there, and then I'm going to move the hookshot bottle onto 2 and open the chest. That's going to put the hookshot on 2. And now I'm going to drop a bottle to get a bottle over my ice arrow slot, which is this bottle. So that's all the RBA I'm going to do for now. One more thing I want to show is I'm actually going to save warp, and this counts as a loading zone, so when I reload the file, hookshot is not going to be equipped. It's going to be in my inventory. The game has forced unequip the hookshot and put it into the slot. Okay, so now I'm in the Shadow Temple. I defeated Dead Hand to get the hover boots, but I haven't actually opened the chest yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to equip bombs and bomb shoes, and then I'm going to equip this bottle, which if you remember is my hover boots bottle. I have all 20 spaces in my inventory occupied, and I have bombs and bomb shoes already equipped. So what's going to happen, first of all, is hover boots are going to appear on Y, because I put the hover boots bottle there. But then if I reload the area, and I'm going to play Nocturne, just because that's the fastest way I have right now to reload the area. I couldn't actually use Thor's Wind, because then that would be equipped, and then I wouldn't be able to do it. But if I reload the area, earlier you saw that the hookshot was unequipped, but now the game actually can't unequip the hover boots, because there's no room for it. They don't actually show up as childs, and if you make the golden platforms appear, the game will crash, but yeah. So that's how you overstuff. One thing that's important to note is if you ever unequip the item, it is not possible to get it back, unless it's Deku Sticks as adults, because then you could dupe a bottle over Deku Sticks, have them equipped with bombs and bomb shoes, have 20 items in your inventory, and then pick up a Deku Stick. The bottle will revert to the Deku Stick, and then it will be able to be equipped. Any other item you would want to overstuff, you wouldn't be able to do this because you wouldn't be able to get it back after turning a bottle over it. So be very careful when doing overstuffing that you don't accidentally unequip the item. If you have any other questions, you can ask in the Discord or leave a comment in the video. Hope this clears up all the trouble that people have been having.